What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers That Filters podcast, episode 128. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm still drinking water due to acid reflux. Doctor said no alcohol for a little bit. So, yeah, on the one hand, I want to drink really bad because I want to relax, but I also have to finish up an exam after we finish recording, so that probably wouldn't be the best idea. But it's fine, we're hydrating now.
You want to be loose when you're taking an exam,
Exactly, loosen me up, get the music playing, get it going.
Yeah. A little smooth brain so the thoughts aren't getting stuck in there, they're not getting bounced around. Just streamlining
for me.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm Joseph, and I'm still drinking Founders Unraveled IPA. Got another one of those.
Very nice.
All right, well, I'm Gabe, and I am drinking the Bud Light Seltzer Lime flavor.
Oh, the Flintstones.
It does taste like the Flintstones. For sure. Yeah, I'm out of High Life, so finishing up the seltzers.
Scraping
Or
the
those
bottom
like
of the
around, or
barrel.
you?
What's that?
Willing to buy those?
I bought them at the same time. It was like I got some seltzers and some High Life because I'm like, I want to be refreshed. But I was way more like, I don't know, just feeling the High Lifes. So
yeah, I'm just surprised you chose Bud Light Seltzies over like a Truly or some other
yeah. Well, I was looking at them and I'm like, I haven't had these all in a while, but I kind of like beat the shit out of press, and it's like, I don't know if I want to have more press, and then I just these were on sale, so. But I definitely won't get them again.
I was reminded that they're not great.
Yeah, pretty much. They're okay.
Yeah, and I'm Dayton, and I am drinking a Narragansett classic shit beer out here.
Nice to see it. All right, everyone, welcome back to the podcast. As always, you can find our show on Mondays on YouTube and podcast services. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at ewfpodcast, and please follow us on Twitch at ewf_podcast. We're live right now recording the podcast. This is a Monday record because we got to get some extra episodes in before y'all go on vacation up to the UP. But yeah, we normally record on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We normally game on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, just come check us out and watch us do stuff live. But let's get into the show. We've been doing our weekly anecdotes lately. And Dayton, let's start with you.
Yeah, so, it's a Monday, and this weekend, Saturday, I ran my first ultra marathon.
Woo!
Yeah.
Freak.
It doesn't, I don't feel any different other than just being sore.
I bet you felt pretty different by the end of it, right?
I mean, I felt really fucking sore by the end of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I've talked about it a little bit on the podcast, like what I was like training for it. So I'd been training for it for like the past, training for it like in a dedicated fashion for the last like probably 4 months, 3-4 months. And before that, I was still running, but yeah, so it was a 30 mile loop up in the White Mountains in New Hampshire, over 10,000 feet of elevation gain. And it took me 11 hours and 40 minutes of true time, like on the trail. So like when I started versus when I stopped, like counting all my breaks and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a fun experience, and I don't feel too busted up. And really, there wasn't that much type 2 fun.
I was just gonna ask what type it was. Actually,
it was almost like entirely type
all
1
type
fun.
3.
No, it's all type 1
okay.
pretty much. Like except for the end when I was like, my legs were just dead, and then once I finished and I felt like I wanted to puke. But
yeah,
I feel like that's like with any hard exertion, you're gonna want to puke and stuff. So it wasn't like when I did the Prezi Traverse last year, and that was type 3 fun, and it took me like 2 months to be like, okay, that was at least somewhat enjoyable. But yeah, so that's like the big thing that I was pretty much waiting for this entire summer to do, and I've done it,
What's
which is cool.
what's next for Dayton PAX?
I don't know. I have three things.
Let him chill for a little bit. He just finished the run, yo.
Well,
It's
but
like when a
I
game
feel like that's
developer
always an
is
interview question, though. It's like, oh, you just did this great thing. What's next? What's next? What's next?
I
Exactly.
do have
It's
three
like that.
things. I have three things on my mind though to do next. One is to train for a sub 5 minute mile. The other is to train for just like general strength, and the other one is just to mountain bike a lot more, which I don't really have like a specific plan for that because I've never
Those
really
are all
been
very
like
doable.
I've never been like time focused on mountain biking. I've always been like skills based. So
Mm.
I don't know.
A sub 5 minute mile, you should be able to get. I'm not gonna say super fast, but if you spend time on the track every week,
Hmm.
you should be able to get that down. But it's probably gonna be easier if you have somebody to race against.
Yeah.
Like you run faster when you're racing against other people.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
race against your ghosts like in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
after it.
for this ultra, was that a trail you've done before, or just like hiking? Like, were you familiar with it?
Yeah, I've backpacked it. I backpacked it with Justin in a day and a half. Um,
Okay, nice.
but yeah, like the weather was really pretty shitty when we first started. We woke up, like so we were camping, right? We woke up and it was like 50 degrees, like 55 degrees, at the campsite, and it was kind of windy, and we were reading like the higher summits forecast, and it was calling for like lows or low 40s,
Ooh.
up in the peaks with like sustained 25 to 35 mile an hour winds with gusts of up to like 55, I think they said.
Yikes.
um and the first, like, so we peeked out of the alpine zone, and the wind just immediately just fucking blasted our ass. Like, we were getting fucking just blown around. Like, I couldn't even use my trekking poles because they were just like getting like swept out of the way.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we were
yeah.
just like,
God.
all right, we're just gonna sprint this ridge line as fast as we could. It still took us like 15 or 20 minutes to get across it, but
Damn.
yeah, luckily, towards like the end of the day, it was a lot better weather-wise. It wasn't too windy. Clouds went away, and yeah,
This was with Justin.
Justin, and then my friend Connor, who I
Okay,
don't
nice.
think I mean, he's been camping, he's been doing all my running stuff with me, but I don't think I've talked about him that much.
So you didn't have to like wear headphones. You guys are just probably talking the whole time,
Yeah,
or as
yeah,
much as you can.
yeah. We were
12 hours of music would be hard.
we pretty much stuck together up until like mile, I want to say probably mile 22, 23. And then we started realizing like the time crunch, because like we all had like our own like individual goals on what we wanted to hit.
Hmm.
And I was keeping up with Connor, but then I was like, man, I really want to hit sub 12, and I know that the pace that we're currently going at, we're not gonna. And at that point, it was like there were no like turns or anything. It was just like a straight shot. So we split off. Justin finished like 25 minutes ahead of me, and then Connor finished like, I want to say like 25 minutes after me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, solid.
I'm just
solid
realizing
times.
this wasn't an official event, was it? You guys just decided to do it, right?
Yeah, we just decided to do it.
Okay.
Oh, I thought there was like an actual course or like an event.
No, we just subjected ourselves to it.
Oh, okay. All
I was
right.
like, was he talking like, wait a second, they're not. There's no other people there, were there? It was just them, and they decided it.
Mhm.
Final question I want to know is the snack situation.
The snacks, sure.
How did that go down? Yeah.
I had 10 goos, one drink mix, which like is just like a carb drink mix,
Mhm.
3 Cliff Bars, and 2 Bobo's oatmeal bites, and then a lot of water, and a few
Did
salt
you have
pills.
enough of water? Did you have to restock at some point?
Yeah, we just like filled up in like the rivers, because rivers and springs.
Yeah.
And yeah, salt pills, caffeine pills. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're
Sounds like a
doping
lot
with
of
drugs.
bandages, to be honest. Like
It's
your
not like
body's just at the break and you're just like, drugs.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, exactly. That's
that's
insane.
awesome.
And
It's even
congrats.
crazier to like plan that out and decide to do it yourselves. And, like this is the day, as opposed to like having the pressure of a external like event.
Yeah,
But I would definitely need that to do it.
yeah.
Like that.
That's why you just
Yeah.
gotta find some crazies in your life. Crazies flock together.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, speaking of being outside, segue. Uh, there's a show called Gordon Ramsay's Uncharted that is on Disney Plus. I think it's also on TV on Nat
Well,
Geo.
it's just a
The
National
Nat Geo show.
Geographic show,
Yeah.
so it's on their like airs on their channel,
All right.
but Disney owns Nat Geo, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Or at least they're partnered with them. I don't
The
remember.
mouse.
But Gordon Ramsay has a million shows. I don't keep up with all of them. But if you're on the MTU subreddit, the Michigan Tech subreddit, you would know that he went to the UP recently to shoot an episode of something, and people saw him at like restaurants and stuff. Um, and then it was like found out that it's on the show Uncharted. He's gonna be in the UP for it. I'm like, and oh great, so we all wanted to watch it. And I was hanging out with Lissa this weekend, not at a brewery because I can't drink. Sad face. And I was like, oh wait, is it up now? And I checked on Disney Plus. Like, oh yeah, it's up, and we watched it. But I'll be honest, guys, I did not know what this show was. I thought it was gonna be him in locations like going to restaurants and
Like
like
the triple D, like divers, driving,
Diners,
and diner.
yeah.
exactly. I thought it was gonna be
Yeah.
like, and I thought I
Sorry.
was gonna be like, oh, how many restaurants am I gonna recognize? Like, oh, this will be fun. And that's
Yeah.
not what the show was.
Not at all.
Um, Gabe, you wanna tell the audience what the show is all about?
I mean, yeah, so it's kind of in the name. The name's Uncharted, so it's just like he finds some fucking boonies and then like checks out what the local food is. So in this episode, this is the only episode I watch, but he would
Yeah.
like go through collecting the ingredients for like this final cook-off or whatever. So he'd be like, I'm gonna get
Against
some,
the final cook-off is against a local chef, so
yeah,
they're
Mhm.
local in quotes. He was from Detroit,
yeah,
but they like had the same ingredients and then had a board of judges. But
yeah.
yes,
So like he went to get some bird that was like native to the UP. So he just like went hunting with some Upers. He did some diving in Munising where they have the glass bottom boat tours, probably like the most touristy thing there, but they did like diving to get certain fish and they like climb trees to get some specific mushrooms and whatnot.
they went
And
to the monks for the thimbleberry
yeah,
jam up in
Mhm.
Eagle River. I think it's Eagle River. Is it
yeah,
Eagle
it
River,
is.
Eagle Harbor, one of those
So it is
somewhere up there.
the characters that they meet along the way are just like so Uper. Like the one
Just
guy
classic
they meet
Ubers,
for
dude.
for the mushroom, he's got
Oh,
like two different types of flannel. He's got like a flannel shirt and then like a flannel fuck,
hat.
what's the name of those hats?
Was it a
Stormy
Or
Chroma?
It
dark
might have
Stormy
been.
Chroma? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of those and missing like he had like two teeth and oh you betcha bud like just like the classic
They gave him
Uper.
subtitles. It was either
No,
him.
it was the fish
It
guy.
was the fisherman. They gave him subtitles.
I want to talk
The-
about this dude. This dude name's Dayton. This guy's name is Captain Ron, all right? And he makes smoked fish sausage.
Mhm.
And this was the most Uper ass motherfucker I've seen in my entire life. And
He's
it
like
was
giving Gordon
absolutely
Ramsay so much
hilarious.
shit the whole time
And
too.
it's like, you know how to fillet a fish? And Gordon Ramsay's like, I've only done about 100,000 times. And he starts doing it, and Ron's just like, you missed the thing, you missed the thing. He just like gives him a bunch of shit. It was so funny.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was a good time. Not what I expected. But it was cool to see more of the UP and like learn some stuff. And yeah, it was like a little bit cringy at some points just because of like the written
They
dialogue that he
really
did. But
overdid the Uper versus troll
Yeah,
dynamic,
they did.
yeah,
which is not something anyone ever talks about other than being a Uper. But like,
yeah.
no one calls people from the Lower Peninsula trolls. Like,
Mm-mm.
I mean, maybe
fuck that.
natives do, but I mean, us at Michigan Tech definitely didn't.
Yeah.
I did wish that Josh was there when I was watching it. I just
Yeah.
wanted to get his perspective on a lot of stuff because I didn't know like hardly I recognize anything. I know he was in Copper Harbor at the beginning, mountain biking, but
Yeah. He went to Munising and then Eagle River. I think those are the three spots. Yeah, look
Yeah.
them up on Google Maps.
Yeah, there's a couple parts. It's like, hey, I think I recognize that road that they
Yeah.
were like had like B-roll on and stuff. It was
Yeah,
kind of
he was
cool.
on 26 a couple times. Like you could tell which way he was heading when he was doing some of the dialogue.
Yeah. And I mean, he was there in the fall and just seeing all like the, aerial
The
shots, I was
colors.
like, oh my fucking God, I miss the UP so much.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Um,
such a good spot.
but yeah,
Yeah,
for one of our listeners who's from the UP or you went to Michigan Tech with us, give it a watch. It's a fun time. Just kind of get
or
back
you're just
there and
curious about what it's about.
Yeah,
Check it out.
I think it's cool to watch and see, like, kind of
Yeah,
learn a
I'm not
little bit
I'm
about
not a huge like cooking
place not many
show
people know
guy,
about.
but it was good. It was fun.
yeah, it was a
Cool.
fun time. Gabe, do you have anything you want to talk about from this weekend?
Yeah. Friday night we were kind of sitting around and I came up with this idea that all of us should make our own drink for everybody, which was pretty fun. So like Friday night, there was 6 of us. We
Yeah.
each like presented a drink to the rest of us and kind of went through. That was really fun. I found out old fashions are garbage. Sorry, Joseph.
You're garbage and have garbage taste buds. It's
All
I'm
not
with
the
right.
Gabe
drink's
on this
fault.
one. Not for me.
I just don't like whiskey, and an old fashioned didn't change it. So
That's what front ripers think.
still didn't
So
like that. But there's some other good ones. And then Saturday I went with a coworker, who doesn't really drink a whole lot, and he lives in the suburbs. He like thinks the city is like Murderapolis, like it's scary and like he- when I was like, oh, you can just park at on the street, and then we can just walk to the breweries or whatever. And he goes, is there gonna be parking? Like he just thinks it's just like super dense and packed. And
Hmm.
it was pretty good until into the live music. And there's just the live music was awesome, but there's just like some crazy kooky characters in the bar, and like one of them was bugging us or whatever, and
Hmm.
um kind of freaked him out, and they took off. But it was cool they still tried. But it was like the one night that one bar that does all the live music. It's a small like dive bar, is a little crazy as the night take him out. And then like he went to step out, just so you didn't know this, 'cause you're still in the bar, but he stepped out for a second with his wife, and I like walk out and make sure they're not having a horrible time, because I already felt bad, because like it's like
yeah.
of course the one time this crazy guy, he's in our fucking face. And there's a bachelorette party, and these two girls just are like showing the bouncer their ass, like their
Oh
entire
my
ass.
God.
Oh my God.
Just look at him like, I'm sorry, dude.
Where were you in the city?
331 just by Dangerous, man. Like we were like a block away from it.
Oh, you
Like
were
we were in
northeast. What
Northeast.
the fuck?
Yeah.
We didn't go like anywhere. Like I was trying to pick like calm places, so we started at like a brewery, and that was he enjoyed that, but um maybe the live music. I mean, I guess I didn't see it coming, obviously, but
It was a little loud, but I mean, no louder than that bar usually is.
yeah, I just think, I
There's just
mean,
no sitting room, so like
yeah.
you're just
Well, and they're from the
standing.
suburbs the whole time, so like the city to them is just different mix of people, and it can get loud. And
Yeah.
I get it, but it was a lot of drinking, but it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from the suburbs, and when I first went to Minneapolis, I was super spooked, and I was always scared my car was gonna get stolen. And I'm still not in love with. I would never want to live in the city for like the rest of my life, but you
Mhm.
get over that a little bit, just getting more exposed.
I still hate parking in busy areas of the city because I
Sucks.
mean I've been here for well almost 2 years, over 2 years now. But wait, I can't do math.
Year and a half.
Year and a half, I can't do math. I still don't parallel park very well because I don't have
Hmm.
to. Like if you park off enough streets, you can just kind of whoop, scooch
Yeah.
in. So I don't like the parking, but it's. I definitely had a similar reaction like the first time I moved, because I moved into Uptown, which is a busier area than the area I live in now. And it's pretty jarring. It's a
Yeah,
lot,
parking on that street you used to
fucking
live on
sucks.
was a pain in the ass.
And it's one of those things. I'm sure it's like every bigger city, but like you have cars on both sides of the street. So if you like try and go through it, it's a one lane. Like you have to like pull off to the side, and it gets super tight. And especially on like this is before the pandemic, obviously, like, Uptown's a big drinking area, so those streets would just fill the fuck up on weekend nights. And
Hmm.
I get it, but it was just weird to see that perspective after me just kind of being like blinded to it at this point.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll see if he decides to come out again.
Yeah, we were talking about it today, and I was like, maybe we'll just have like a bonfire at my place and just stick to breweries because he was cool with those.
Mhm.
Because he was like,
Go to
the
like
brewery was like really chill, and like I was like, I've never seen anyone get too rowdy at like a brewery. Maybe like a middle-aged man who's just being a little too loud, but nothing like, people approaching you and just like talking crazy shit.
was it like a just like a crazy guy or like a panhandler?
I
He
don't
said he
know.
was a friend of the band, like he knew the
He's from
singer.
the only words like this was it was loud because there was live music, but I heard Tanzania, something about a COVID vaccine being bullshit, and he had a Second Amendment T-shirt on,
Mm,
and you can't buy happiness on Amazon, and just kept talking and talking, and it's like, dude, leave us alone.
yeah,
You
he is.
definitely got the worst of it then, because he was talking to us and he was just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with
Oh,
the
he just
singer.
went
I'm just
right
here to
into the
support
into the
them." And
weeds. Yeah,
yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah, it's
but I
unfortunate.
watched him buy shots for like this other couple
Yeah,
that was there.
that poor
He did a
couple.
tequila shot with them,
Yeah,
and then the bartender walked him out.
yeah.
It was
I
interesting.
think he genuinely was like nice, like he just wanted to have a good time,
Yeah,
but
he
he
wasn't
just
like
didn't have the social like
He said no
intelligence to realize,
boundaries, it seemed
yes,
like.
yeah,
exactly, to realize that he was making people uncomfortable, right?
yeah,
Or he was so drunk that he didn't even realize it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bar. It's
yeah.
part of the experience. So they got the full experience, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
I
it's
was a
a funny
little
story.
disappointed they didn't make it to 1029, but
Dude, they would have hated that so
they would
much
have
more.
not enjoyed that.
They would have
29's
stayed.
always fucking packed wall to wall.
Yeah.
Yes, and I
It's hot as balls in there.
have a lot of fun at
Hmm.
1029.
Yeah,
Was
besides
there anything
that,
else you wanted to
just
add from the weekend or?
yeah, yeah.
Um, oh, well, at 1029, we ran into Tim's doppelganger. He, not so much
Oh,
doppelganger,
the guy with
but
the same shirt.
he literally same shirt, shoes, and shorts, like
Tim talked
almost
to him,
identical.
didn't he?
And Tim was too coward to say hi to him, so I had to fucking introduce Tim to this random stranger. I was like, "Come on, Tim, you just say, hey, nice shirt, easy, easy
Hmm.
peasy." We
Hmm.
talked to him. Turns out he was a mechanical engineer. He works for Cognex, which is like a company I like use products for. They make cameras, just like vision systems for industrial control. So we were talking about that for a while. He was actually a pretty cool guy. And then he sang something on karaoke. I don't remember what song it was, but it was a time.
Nice. You just struck my memory. This weekend I was at the gym and I was going to my spot to lift my weights, I like do my dumbbells or whatever. And there's a
Hmm.
girl next to me and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But then I like glance at her and she looked exactly, and I mean exactly like I won't say her name on the podcast because she's been on the podcast, but Joseph's ex-girlfriend who essentially lived with us at
That
Tex.
is
Interesting.
funny.
Egg
Same
Joseph.
height?
No, she was a little bit taller.
Okay.
But it was fucking creepy, like how similar she looked at her. I was like, this is fucking weird. I was trying not to like stare because she was wearing a hat, so I couldn't like get like a good look at her face. Again, I'm not trying to be creepy at all at the gym. Um, but it was just like, what the fuck? It was just a random chance I just like, picked that spot and she was next to me. But
Hmm.
I've seen doppelgangers before, being around the country here and there. Like when I went to Tech, I saw doppelgangers from my high school and stuff like that happens. But holy shit, this was the most doppelgangy person I've ever seen in my entire life. It was fucking weird. I almost like texted her and be like, "Do you have any relatives at Purdue?" Because this is freaky. But
Crazy.
yeah. All right, let's get into our first topic tonight, and this is a gub topic. So
It
Gub, why
is.
don't you kick us off?
Sure, sure. So this topic, something I came up with a couple weeks ago, talking with my friends at work. I'm trying to find the way that I phrased it. So I was thinking about ways that you could cause a lot of chaos by like changing do things, but like harmlessly. And I use the word harmlessly very loosely because I think the more you think about something that you would change, there would be dire circumstances either way because you're gonna change something from the norm. But the reason this got brought up is because I was thinking about how fucking funny it would be for like I don't know, like a day, force everyone on the planet to use speech to text. Like they can't type on their keyboard like at all. They have to, say it out loud or something. And just see how fucking pissed like the world would get. Like they wouldn't even be able to tweet it because it'd be like sloppy tweets because it's never fucking good.
Can you
Uh,
imagine coders?
and yeah, and that was the other thing too, because I was like programming something. I'm like, it would be miserable because it's like special characters and stuff, and like
Yep.
shit just wouldn't get done. And I think there would be like an actual economic impact of this of this like small change.
Only for one day, and like nobody would get hurt or like killed or anything because of that.
I
But
would hope so. Yeah. I
but
think
also
this is
like
what I'm
some.
getting at. I think the more you think about it, the more you could potentially find a way, you know?
Mhm.
I
Um,
wonder if it would make people call more. Because, like, I'm just thinking of, like, texting. It's
mm,
like,
Mhm.
sure, instead of, like, texting people, you can just call people.
right. I
But
guess you
for,
could do
like,
voice messages too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like work specifically, like how fucking annoying would it be if the guy next to your cube, his voice is picking up on your keyboard, so you just like can't fucking get shit done.
Hmm.
And you can't press backspace. You have to just like backspace, backspace,
Yeah,
backspace, like
you have to tell
all
it.
that
You're
shit.
just deleting everybody else's work. Like, I think I would just take
I
the
feel
day off
like if in the moment everyone knew it was only lasting one day, everyone would just go home. Like we're not working today. Like we'll just try
Uh-huh,
again tomorrow.
for sure. So
Um,
I've got a small list myself
well,
of
let's
these
let's
ones.
we'll come back. Let's try to go around and we can come back.
Sure.
Um, I was really worried about this topic because I did not think I was going to be able to think of one, but I just thought of one while you were introing it.
Hmm.
For we'll say a day, but this could even be longer. I don't think anyone would get hurt from this, but for traffic lights, just change the colors. So
Someone would
so
totally get hurt.
Yeah,
like
dude.
same positions, but the positions are the same, right? So instead of like red, yellow, green, it would be blue, orange, purple. That's
Oh,
it.
I
Just
thought you
like
were
do
saying
like
like red and green swap
no,
or
no, 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 no.
something.
Like just change like the color palette. So I'd say green turns to blue, yellow turns to orange, and red turns to purple. That's
I
it. And nobody would know why, but they'd probably. I mean, like the locations, like it'd be fine.
The
Um,
I
only time it'd be tricky is the ones that are horizontal if you don't know the
mm,
order that it's supposed to be. Because it's standard
like
still.
arrows
But
where they have like arrows down, you know?
But hang on a
Yeah.
second. Hear me out, okay? So the only time that it jumps from one end to the other is from red to green.
mhm.
That is
When
true.
it's going
Sure.
from red to yellow, or when it's going from green to yellow to red, then it's
Yeah.
sequential. So you can just tell just by if it jumps from one side to the other.
Yeah, but what if you're coming up to an intersection, no one is there, and it's just sitting a color? You,
And
you
you just
have
can't
to.
remember if it's up. Yeah.
You just
Dude,
gotta guess.
But
if
if no
I
one's
saw
there,
Send
it
it.
like
could hit anybody.
blinking purple, I'd be like, what the fuck do I do?
Dude, I already see
So
blinking
maybe
yellow
somebody would get
arrows.
hurt.
I see blinking yellow arrows, and I'm already like, what the fuck does this mean? Like,
Yeah,
isn't this
exactly.
green? Like, doesn't that just mean green? I don't
Like
know.
maybe somebody would get hurt. But I'm just thinking like just change the colors or something that theoretically could still function. It might be kind of
Mhm.
harmless. I don't know.
Like change the Word document, like underscore squiggles when you like just swap them. So if it's spelled wrong, it's blue instead of red.
There already is a blue one though. They've added so much fucking shit to Word. It's already a rainbow in there.
That's what I'm saying. You swap them. So it's like, I know it's spelled right, but it's telling me it's grammatically wrong, you know?
I don't like it.
I was thinking
I
if
think
you
that.
swapped the hot and the cold, uh, like
Oh
on
my.
the faucets, like it would
Fuck.
be
Oh,
it would be really frustrating because it's already like sometimes like plumbers fuck up or like
Oh, I was
maybe
gonna
it's like a
say there's
DIY
sinks like
person
that exist and they suck.
and it's
or sometimes it
so
takes forever for it to
frustrating.
heat up anyway. And
Yeah.
so you're
There's
just like waiting.
one of the bathrooms at my parents' house. It's the shower is backwards,
Yeah.
and but it says blue on the left or right. It says what it should normally be, but it's wrong. So like you turn it to blue and it gets hot, or you turn it to red and it gets cold, and it fucking sucks.
I'll be honest, if that happened, I probably wouldn't even realize. I'm already fucking trial and erroring it. I can't remember anything. If I did, I thought it was hot, turned cold, like, oh, it's my bad. Like I wouldn't even fucking realize it.
But even the ones that say hot on it, right, Dayton?
Mhm.
That would then be cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
I feel like it reminds me of the Gus Johnson skit where it's like using other people's showers and there's like, okay, you got to turn the lever to the right and he's like spinning a wheel and then it's like spits out ketchup for no reason. Like that's
That's good.
just
Yeah.
adding another layer to that.
I
Do you
was
have one,
also.
Joseph?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was
Take your
thinking
turn.
because I'm unoriginal, but thinking in like a similar vein, but like like complete color blindness for everyone.
Make
Yeah, for like a
everybody
day or like
colorblind.
2 days, and just
Hmm.
like not even like red, blue, like just complete grayscale.
Like everyone sees in black and white.
Yeah.
That would fucking suck.
Yeah, that'd be
I
really
don't even
fucking annoying.
know. I'm trying to think of like some major repercussions for that, like specifically. That would
I
be
think
like,
it would just be like inconvenient,
because I
you
think a
know?
lot of like traffic systems are built around like if someone is, there's like
Yeah.
at least shapes. It's like, okay, octagon, stop, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also for like hazard signals, it's usually a color and like symbol or a diagram. Like
Hmm.
it's not
Right.
usually just a color.
Yeah.
But I
I think it
mean,
would
like
just
going
give
to
me like,
work, like being an electrician, like where I worked, I was running wires and like using like color coded systems,
better
you
yet,
know?
you're a bomb squad diffuser.
Yeah.
What do you do when they say
Cut the
snip the
blue
gray
wire.
wire and they're all gray?
That's
Um,
a good point.
Gable's not one on your list.
So this one I thought of today when I was at the gym. Uh, if for a week you reduced the like it'll still say 45 pounds, but it's like 30% lighter. So you do that for a week so people get their whole routine through and they're like, holy shit, I am yoked. And then they show up the next week trying to do the same fucking weight and they like try and bench press the real weight. Oh my God. I
See,
mean, that could get dangerous for sure, but
I almost think it'd be funnier if you did it the opposite way. So like
to make it
like
heavier.
yeah. No, wait. I guess it might. Wait, maybe.
Make the
You were
weights
saying.
heavier for a week.
So like
mm,
instead of 40, it'll say 45 pounds, it'll look like 40 pounds, but it's actually like, I don't know, 30 or 35.
That's
Like
what you're
just
saying.
enough to
That's
where,
what you're saying.
yes,
Oh, okay, okay.
yes,
That's what I was thinking then.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
enough to where it's like a little suspect, but you're just like, I must be having a good day. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to make it believable because I would
You have to
totally
do it for
fall.
a week too, because that's like people go multiple times. Like, man,
Exactly.
I'm feeling it.
I'm on my
Just
game right now.
I think it would be
20
almost
pounds.
like the funniest situation is not even in like a gym you do that, but it's like with, like a can of beer or something like that, right? Like have you ever went to like pick up a can of beer that you thought was full and it's like actually like 3/4 empty and you just like yeet it up into the ceiling like
I did have another one that was like turn gravity up 1.3 just in general but I mean you could turn it down too like that would
You can't fuck
just
with gravity too much because I feel like
oh
driving gets a lot more dangerous. Just kind
well
of
and
in
I think
general.
like I don't know the math, I'm not a physicist, don't quote me, but like I don't know, like satellites would fall from the sky, planes would like struggle to get off the ground, like I
Yeah.
don't know how
Yeah.
boats would do, like that one would be pretty fucking harmful, but
Yeah.
like day to day like you're trying to walk and you're like fuck I'm just like dragging my feet.
I'm just
Man, what
tired.
did I eat last night? I gained like 30 pounds overnight. Jesus Christ.
Dane's trying to run a 5 minute mile and he's fucking not. He's running like 10 minutes. He's doubling his time.
and I'm like
What's going on? Yeah.
One I thought of was for touchscreens. Wherever you click, like your aim is off. Like if you click in the middle, it'll actually click like an inch to the right.
Oh my God.
Like
Is it a
try to
consistent
adjust.
off?
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. So theoretically, you get used to it pretty quick, but it'd be so fucking annoying. Like trying to type with that, like you could probably figure it out, but it would be the worst.
Like swipe would be miserable too. Oh my God. Yeah. I feel like, okay, do you guys ever remember having to calibrate your Nintendo DS?
yeah,
Yes.
tap the
Yes.
corners.
When you had to set the corners in the center. When that shit wasn't calibrated, I fucking noticed I was able to pet my dog on Nintendogs, all right? Like,
Mhm. That was so annoying.
yeah,
But yeah, I
that
don't know.
had some
Maybe
issues.
better if it was like a random, like it was a random direction that you were off, because then like I'm just imagining like you accidentally like double liking somebody's photo you didn't mean to because like you thought you were below it or something like that. I don't know, some
I feel like that already happens
harmless
sometimes
chaos.
where I like put my palm on something when I'm touching it, you know? Like I'll
Yeah.
touch it with my finger, but like the palm of my hand will grab it. I'm like, what the fuck?
How are you holding your
Well,
phone?
Okay, I'm talking like
You just
a
kind of do
laptop.
this, right? That's how you use
It's,
your
It's,
it's
phone.
when
yeah,
you it's when
you
you
just kinda
hold it
just
like
like
this.
this, right?
You hold it like this, and then this part of your palm is touching the
That's
bottom
it.
without you realizing it because you're using your thumb.
I've never
It's
had
like
that
I'm
happen.
Well, my
oh
phone's tall.
also sorry, audio listeners. Basically, I'm holding my phone with one hand, right? And I'm using my thumb to tap stuff, as you do with my right hand. But if you're just like holding it a little bit like close, and the base of your thumb is like touching the bottom, and then like your shit gets
I
fucked.
I'm like doing that right now, and like I don't know. I guess I just don't. I have a different
just
method.
better
I
It doesn't
than
guess.
happen
Dude,
every
maybe your
every
thumb's
time.
tired and you don't feel like craning it over, so you just kind of get lazy.
But I guess so.
Mhm.
Like, I guess like what I do instead is I'll like shift the phone around like in my hand.
Your fingers more, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I can't really show it, but like I'll like do like one of these things, and like I'll actually like
You like tilt it.
yeah.
Mm,
You see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
good
I mean,
brain.
I'm saying it happens every time, but it's happened to me a few times. I'm like, why isn't this working? It's like, oh, it thinks I'm already touching the phone because my base of my thumb is touching. But
Hmm.
I thought of this one because recently my phone's been being weird where I use like reminders a ton. So often I'll have like multiple reminders up on my phone. And when I want to like, say one's done, like I swipe down to get them all up and then I click done. But then it'll like open the reminder and it's a different one that I clicked on. It's like the fuck,
Mm.
like I clicked on this while opening this other one. It's just like a weird like bug. But I
Hmm.
thought about like, is my aim off? Like what's happening
My aim.
here? Can't fucking click a touchscreen.
Oh my gosh.
Dave, do you have any other ones?
Well, yeah, I thought like if you put every single door that says push, if you made it a pull
Oh my
door.
god.
No, you got to do like 35%, like enough to where you have to
No.
second guess it
Yeah.
when you go
You're
through
not.
it. You're like, is this another one? Fuck!
But it
Or-
goes both ways, so
or put sensors or put door sensors on the door, so then people think that it's like an automatic door, but then you don't use it. You
Or
don't
like
hook
have
it
a
up.
button that just
standing
doesn't
there.
work.
Yeah.
There's anything one inspired by our old house, which is all cabinets open the wrong way.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ, that was so annoying.
And because
Oh my
they don't have door or they don't have
Yeah, they
cabinet
didn't have
handles.
handles.
They don't
So
pull.
you just had to guess, and you were
And it's
always
like,
wrong.
Well,
I
weren't
wanted
some
to
of
get at
them
this.
weren't some
I'd
of
be-
them one way and the others were another?
Yeah.
Like,
We lived in the house for 2 years, and I still guessed wrong.
oh, dude, I
At
never
the
got
end,
it right.
We should have put
Should-
like stickers or
I was gonna say we
something
should put
on
like dots like on there. Like that would have been the smart thing to do. But we're
Well, yeah.
Twitch
I feel like
bride.
it had to been like two different carpenters, right? Like you made it all left hinges, right? Like fuck.
When I get sometimes if it's like on a corner, you have to do it the opposite way.
Yeah,
But it was just like random fucking ones like in the middle of like a section of cabinets, and it's just
shit
like what?
sucked.
What are you doing?
Not consistent.
They ran
Jesus
out
Christ.
of right-handed screws.
Maybe,
They had to
maybe
put them on the
that's
left
it.
side.
Uh-huh.
All right, bonus for anyone got any left in the tank here?
I've got a couple.
Do you remember? I don't know if you guys saw this episode of what was it, Smarter Every Day, where he rides a bike that when you turn the handles left, the wheel goes to the right,
Oh,
and when you
Mhm.
turn the handles to the right, the wheel goes to the left. He said
Oh.
it took him about 3 days to be able to ride it like well,
I would eat shit
and
so
then he
hard.
couldn't ride a normal bike. So I'm
Yeah.
imagining all bikes turned to that for a week.
that'd be people would be getting killed in the streets, Joseph. That would
Motorcycles
that would be bad.
included. So I
Oh
like
my
just
God.
everything.
Well,
The body
actually,
count in New York City alone.
motorcycles, I'm not sure how bad it would be.
Because I
Because-
feel like it's more weight, right?
When you're
If you
actually
lean it.
riding at speed, you don't really use the handlebars that much. But
Mhm.
it's like then when you're at low speed, you just like your feet are on the ground most of the time anyway.
Doing a little
But it would
kick
be like
thing.
the little things where you're like, have you ever like when you first started driving and you're like wanting to slow down and you think your foot's on the brake, but it's
Mhm.
actually on the gas, and you're like, why aren't I
Yeah.
stopping? It'd be
Yep,
like
yep.
that where it's like, why am I going towards the lane? Like this side, I want to be on. Oh yeah, you know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm just imagining all the couriers in like any big city who like fucking Zoom and like try like do a bunch of
Like
weaving. Like
the
they just be
Jimmy
dead.
John's driver or bikers. And
Yeah.
like
Also during like the Tour de France or like the
Oh,
Olympic bike races. And these star athletes
are just
who
oh
eating
train
shit.
their entire lives
They could
and they
possibly
can't
bike
have
off a
fucking
cliff at some of those
oh
courses.
for
Like that'd be
sure.
bad.
Especially if it like starts out straight, so like they don't question it,
yeah.
Yeah,
They're going straight for a mile.
career lessons, good.
I got one that's make every Android user swap with an iPhone and vice versa. I think that would just piss everyone off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know what I think it would be like fine, but I would just be mad the whole day.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know?
Yeah,
I
if it was like all your apps and everything was like exactly the same, it was just a
yeah,
different operating system. Yeah, it would be harmless, but people would be pissed.
yeah. I mean, and at another level, like make all Windows users use Linux or something. Oh my God.
Oh my,
That
okay, that
that
would
would
be
probably
bad.
actually do some
I
damage.
don't think most Windows users can use Linux though.
I mean,
I
there's
can.
some pretty friendly ones
Yeah, like
that are pretty close.
Ubuntu is like Windows 7 essentially.
Pretty close, yeah. It's pretty much the same thing.
That was
But it
like
would be enough to piss you off.
Hmm.
Windows to Mac would probably be okay, even though Mac has some weird quirks that I
Max is
still like
Unix
hate.
based, man.
Yeah, but
It
Yeah.
is more friendly.
yeah.
Maybe that's also the thing. Swap Android and iPhone and Mac and Windows.
I just hate when you're using a Mac and you like are downloading something and it goes to like that little folder like on the bottom right of the screen and I'm just like, the fuck is this shit? And why is File Explorer called Finder?
Uh-huh.
It's just it get this shit
There's
out of
a
here.
there's a YouTube skit. It's like really short and super nerdy, but it's like this guy who is like, works on computers all the time, and there's a bit where he's like someone asks him to help fix his computer, and he's like, "Oh, I got it." And then he like gets to it, and then it goes, "It's a Mac, by the way." And he goes, "Ah, fuck!" And then he's just like clicking through. He's like, "What does this do?" He has no idea how to fix it, and that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean people
Um,
swear by him, but like yeah, I don't know. I mean you can't really game on them either. I mean you can do some games, but a lot of games don't work on Macs, which is
yeah,
a big
I mean,
no.
I'm sure it's fine for like what people use them for, like video
Oh yeah.
editing, and even if you're just like browsing or whatever, it's probably totally fine. But when you're using one thing your whole most of your life or whatever, it's gonna be hard to swap over.
Yeah.
The last one I have, I feel like already happens, and that is swap buttons on controllers.
Oh my fucking
And
God.
the reason I say that is because
Nintendo.
Nintendo
Nintendo.
can't get their fucking shit together, all right?
They're
So
in
they're,
too deep now. That's the problem. They've been doing it for too
but
long. They
but
can't
they're
switch.
not gonna back down. So you got Nintendo's control scheme will have X and Y, but in different spots than where Xbox has it. And then PlayStation has X, but don't have Y because they have
Play,
circle, square, and
I'm
triangle.
okay with PlayStation because play okay, so I'm sorry for people who don't know this. For most controllers, if you've ever played Nintendo Switch, you know this. There's four buttons in like a cross pattern, you know, one bottom, one top, one left, one right.
Like a compass.
PlayStation is fine because the bottom button X is usually accept, you know what I mean? And the left and the right button is back. Like that's all I care about, really, what we're talking about. It's like when you're in menus, bottom button is accept, right button is back. And Xbox, that's how it is. The bottom button is A, the right button is B. So, press bottom to go forward, B to go back. But fucking Nintendo switches A and B and they switch X and Y. So for Nintendo, the rightmost button is accept and the bottom button is back. And if you play different consoles, you're like fucked so many
Oh
times.
yeah.
Your head just cannot comprehend it. And it's just the fucking worst.
Especially if it's like an action-based game or like something that isn't like, I don't know, turn-based or like more slow. Holy shit, you will die and get pissed because
Hmm. Hmm.
you've been playing Xbox or whatever for a week, or and then you swap over to another game, or you're playing
What
two
was
games
the
at the same time.
what was the first console that Nintendo did that? 'Cause I think it must have been
Might
the
have been the
Wii.
DS. The DS came
No, you're
first.
right. You're right. I wasn't thinking about handhelds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying like they should just switch it, but I feel like they're in too deep now with the Switch. They wouldn't want to go back and fix all those
Well,
games.
even like the original Nintendo A and B, and A was bottom left, B was upper right. When there
No,
was
but
just
now it's A is on the right, B is on the bottom.
Yeah.
yeah, A was always
He's gonna go get a Switch.
My Switch is in arm's reach. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. It should be like this Xbox controller where A's on the bottom, B's on the right.
Now
But
I want
Nintendo's like, nah,
B.
nah, nah, this is A. And we're like,
Yeah.
fuck you, Nintendo. This is some bullshit.
It's like it's not even you can even change it because it's already in our world.
So
So I
no,
guess
that's how it was for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
so it
So okay,
was
so
right.
technically Xbox fucked up then, I guess.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, I don't know.
but in the PlayStation, and we're getting really into the weeds here. So here's the fun fact, Gabe. So for PlayStation, right, as I'm mentioning, PlayStation, this button on the bottom, this is accept is X,
Yeah,
and the back button is circle.
circle. Yeah.
And so for us, that's accept on the bottom and back on the right. But in Japan, if you have a PlayStation in Japan, it's opposite. It's still circle and X, but circle is accept and X is back. That's how it is in Japan. In Japan, if you see a circle, it means go and X is stop. But they switch for US audiences. Like I know US audiences are accustomed to having accept on the bottom. But Nintendo's like, we're not gonna fucking play by your rules. We're Nintendo. We'll do whatever we want. We're a Japanese company. We're gonna
And
do
you'll give us
Japanese shit.
money.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then
So
didn't the GameCube controller
the
like
GameCube controller is a whole other
That's a
animal.
freaking nature.
If you want to get even weird, to go N64.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the
it's
GameCube
true.
controller is good for like what it was for certain games. Like,
Mhm.
obviously Smash is probably the biggest one that like the controller was perfect for that. But like
Yeah, I'm very nostalgic about the GameCube controller, but if you think about the button layout, it was
it's fucking ugly
weird.
and weird. Like there's a Z button which is like R1 on PlayStation, but there isn't an L1 because reasons? I don't know.
Well, I hate how Nintendo like labels their triggers and bumpers because the Joseph, you look correct me here because the bumpers are Z1 and Z2
It's
and the
ZL and ZR.
ZL. But what are the bumpers and triggers, Joseph? Can you read them to me? I always forget.
I think it's ZL and
Oh, it's just
ZR.
it's LR and ZL and ZR. That's what
That's
it
what
is.
it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
And
Yes,
it's like, why is it not LB and RB for left bumper and right bumper? That'd be somewhat, or even L1 and R1.
because
Because
it's
they're
Z.
trying to fuck with you. It's
Why
on a Z
Z doesn't mean
axis.
anything to me.
It's higher. I don't know.
Fucking Nintendo, dude. I love
Yeah,
their shit.
the N64 did not have a and maybe it was on the back, but they on the front they did not have an X or a Y button.
ABXY. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just AB, and then they had the yellow
C-stick?
directions. No, it was directions.
In the middle.
Oh,
In the
I
middle.
think
Directional
with the GameCube.
buttons.
What
I've
controller?
never played
are you talking about?
N64 and I don't ever want to
N64,
because that
yeah.
controller is absolutely insane.
It's not that bad once you understand what it's for and how to
Once
use
you
it.
develop a third hand to hold the
That's
third.
what I'm saying. It
Well,
feels
that's
like you
the
need
thing.
three hands.
No, because you only use the stick for certain games.
Okay,
At
but
certain
there
times,
was
and then you move
shooters
your
on the
left hand.
64, and I don't know how the fuck kids had the hand-eye coordination to figure that shit out.
Claw grip.
Yeah, you honestly do have to
No.
call claw grip at that point.
Well, do you
Yeah.
use the?
Well, so I think you use the D-pad. So the stick is move, and then D-pad is just like up, down, left, right.
Or
From-
like menus or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It
But
just
there's
didn't work.
technically two D-pads on it. Kind
That's
of.
why. Anyway, we're getting in the weeds here. I want to
Not
fit in
important.
Dayton's topic here at the end because I feel like it's gonna be short. I don't know about it, but Dayton, give me your topic here.
Yeah, okay. I'll make it short and sweet. This is my hypothesis, all right? The amount of stickers that are present on your car, okay? It doesn't matter what kind of stickers they are, aside from parking stickers, okay? That's like the one thing that is like
What about
mandatory.
park stickers, like national parks? Like you need the little tags inside the dash.
Okay, any
Doesn't
sort of
count.
like mandatory sticker,
Okay.
the amount of stickers that you have on your car directly correlates to how mentally deranged you are. So, for example, okay, this is present on literally on whatever sort of like fucking spectrum you want to put people on, okay? Left, right, fucking like, I don't know, like Hitler versus Gandhi, I don't know.
Jesus.
And like, okay, anybody who is on these fucking like far fucking fringes of society, right? Like, you get the people who are like, they have like the coexist sticker. They have like, I don't know, like Democratic stickers going back to like the fucking 1820s on their car, and
I think of
and
the stick figure family. That's
this
what I think of.
and
Yeah.
they just have like a whole bunch of other shit. Yeah, like stick figure families, and then what's even worse is you get the people who are like, my stick figure family ain't your stick figure family.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
like fuck off, dude. Like literally nobody cares. But
There's
what-
also like the "Don't Tread on Me" one, like the
Dude.
Hick stickers that are pretty popular
yes,
as
yes,
well.
and
The
the one
the scene from Calvin and Hobbes where
Where
he's
he's
always
pissing.
pissing
pissing on
yeah.
somebody.
on
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
And then there's also the like the fuck it where it's like IT and then like a stick figure like humping it. And it's just
Yeah, that one's
like,
bad.
why on earth do you put these on your car? Like, why do you think this is okay? This is definitely not okay. You are not mentally stable and you should be off the road.
I will agree with you, but I don't think it's a linear relationship. I think it's an exponential relationship. I think like if you have one or two stickers, like you're fine. Like, I get it. If you have my kid's a scholar, it's like, okay, you're probably a Karen, but like it's whatever, you know. So it's like you're going up a little bit, but then once you get a certain point of stickers, it just skyrockets. It's like, yeah, you're fucking crazy. Because there's just like it's plastered all over the back of their car. It's a
Mhm.
bunch of just insane shit.
I
Depends on the kind. Oh, sorry.
I think that for me, like high points, like fucking crazy, are stickers on the side of your car and on the
Mm.
hood of your car.
Yeah.
Because I can count on one hand how many times I've seen stickers on the sides of the car, but I remember every fucking one because I remember going, that shit's fucking weird. Like I remember, I mean, you see like cars that have like a ton of like weeb stickers all over the cars. Or like
my God.
there was
Classic.
one
Classic.
car. I remember I forget where I was driving. I was driving to go to the boat to Badger, to go to Michigan, and I remember seeing a car that had like a lot of like nerdy stickers, like Star Trek, whatever, like a lot on the back. And I was like, there's no more room for stickers. And then as you go on the side, there's like a massive Triforce, like taking up the whole door, and just a bunch of other like game ones on the other doors. And then on the hood, there, like I was distract driving like 100% because I was like, how many more are there? And I mean, I looked at the driver. I'm like, you are fucking crazy. Like you have to be. Like, who puts stickers on the side of their fucking car? I don't know. That's
Because
my
like
two cents.
you're gonna make a counterpoint with the type of sticker.
Oh yeah, so I think the type of sticker really um changes things too. It changes where the takeoff point or the point of inflection is, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Where if they're like political stickers plastered or like
Mm.
obscene stickers plastered, it does not take much for you to
Right.
be mentally deranged. But I think like wasn't Tim's old Subaru car like plastered with like
It was.
Patagonia? And granted, he bought it that way.
He
did
bought
not
it
put
from
the
an
stickers that
old
way.
tech professor, and it had a bunch of breweries, national parks, and outdoor branded stuff. And this is on like a mid 90s or late 90s
Like a-
Subaru Outback, I believe.
No. It was the Outback trim of a Legacy.
Yes, yeah,
So
it was
like
a
it was
Legacy, but it was
before
the Outback trim at the
was
time.
like its
It
own car.
honestly fit the car, I feel like.
That's not that bad.
I
think.
still stand by. I still think that if you have that many stickers on your car, you're fucked in the head.
So here's what I want to get into with this,
Well, I was
because
a professor at Tech. So.
when you receive a sticker,
Yes.
when you receive a sticker like this through one way or another, you have four options. Okay. Number one, throw it away. Number two, as Gabe's displaying, water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, laptop. Number four, car. Am I wrong?
Well,
Am
I would
missing any
argue
here?
5. You have roof boxes too.
Rooftop carriers. So does that count
Okay.
with
That counts as
I
car.
hate that.
your
Roof
car?
roof box counts as car though. It falls in the
that's
same
four.
bucket.
What if it's only on the box and it's all like
Doesn't
national
matter.
park stickers?
I
Okay.
don't care. I
Okay.
don't care.
I'm okay with that, Joseph, personally.
I think it's fine because you can take it off.
Yeah, you can take it
Like-
off and it's
like
like
the
this is
actual-
my adventure box, like my
Yeah.
ski box. I got all the ski resorts that I went to. And it's like, oh, I gotta add a new sticker. Like that's part of travels and like then I can see it and remember my travels.
Is Joseph admitting that he's mentally deranged?
I have 3 stickers, and that's as many stickers as you have on your car, Dayton.
I don't have any stickers
you-
on my car.
You
Yeah.
had the UP
Did you
ones
take
on
them off then?
your
You had the
You had it
emblem
in you had it
stickers.
in May still.
You
When
had
I
your
visited.
emblem stickers. You had one on the
You're
back, one on the
counting
hood, and one on the steering wheel. And
you're
that is
counting
exactly as many
those.
as I
You're
have
counting
on the
Those
back.
those as stickers.
Those are
Are they
stickers.
not stickers?
I mean, they technically are, but I'm like, they're not like bumper stickers.
But they're stickers.
Well, you didn't say bumper stickers. You said
Yeah, you
You
stickers.
said
Stickers.
stickers.
Okay,
If you're
but, like-
counting roof boxes, you got to count your emblem stickers.
Dane, if we're just talking bumper stickers, that's a whole different story. But you said stickers, so if you need to clarify, then clarify now.
Well, I
You
mean,
can't define halfway through the
see
topic.
I see a very clear distinction because so if I were to get an actual custom emblem made for my car, okay,
Hmm.
would that be the same?
Like you take off the Subaru emblem
And I put on
your custom.
and I put on a custom logo that is
But you
identical.
can't do that more than once. You
I would
can't have,
say-
like, you get your car can't be covered in custom emblems. So
I
that
would
doesn't
say
really
yes
apply.
because it's adhesive. Is it not?
Is it adhesive?
No, I think they're
Some of them
mechanically
clip in.
fastened, aren't they?
Some do clip in.
Usually they're adhesive.
Okay, but still.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say, Dayton. If we're talking about just bumper stickers, then I'm 100% with you. Like if you have a shit on bumper stickers specifically,
Mhm.
yeah, probably a little more on the extreme side of things. But if it's just like national park stickers, brewery, music festival, those stickers are much less extreme or I don't know, crazy. And I'm not as worried about them.
Inoffensive too. I think that's a
Inoffensive,
big.
thank
That's
you.
my thing. Is like if you
Mhm.
have a sticker that's gonna upset somebody, like it doesn't matter who it is, even if you don't like the person, which is probably why you have that. But like that's a sign of instability, if you
Mhm.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's like you're just trying to find a fight anywhere, literally even on the road, just so you can get McDonald's. Like fucking chill.
Right.
Yeah, the ones I hate the most are people who have like multiple bumper stickers that are just like asking for road rage.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck off. Like, it's so annoying.
I think
Mhm.
the one that I hate the most are the ones that say this car climbed Mount Washington.
That's because you live. That's because you live in Connecticut and go to the Whites every goddamn weekend.
I hate them because they always put them on these shitty cars that like just drove up and they're just like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm on top of Mount Washington."
Where's your car at right now, Dayton?
It's in the shop.
Okay.
No,
Did you-
Dayton's
did-
pissed because Dayton climbs up Mount Washington, Gabe, and these people just drive up and
They drive-
okay,
They drive
okay.
up there and they're just like, "This car climbed up Mount Washington." It's just like, nah, like get the fuck out of here, like.
How
I think any
harrowing
of
a
those-
drive is it?
I think any of those touristy stuff is fucking lame. Like there's a lot of wall drug stickers around here. I don't
Yeah.
fucking care. That's ugly.
What is wall drugs?
It's some big ass
A
convenience
drugstore.
store in North Dakota.
Yeah.
And then there's also a lot of stickers in Minneapolis. There's this I don't want to advertise for them. I'm not going to say their company. There's this mechanic who gives discounts if you put their ugly ass sticker on their car, like if you keep it. And they're usually shittier cars. Hot take. But like
I'm gonna be honest, that's a really smart business.
it's smart,
decision.
but it is fucking gaudy and it pisses me
I
off
have
because
no
like it's
idea what
another
you're
one of blank blanks.
Blank
Fuck
blanks.
this place. I fucking hate it.
That's an amazing marketing
It's
strategy.
smart
in my
as
opinion.
shit. I respect them, but I hate them. Like I don't know. And I also like feel like they sell out a little bit, man. It's like you're already paying a bunch of money. Like what's the point in saving? I don't know what the percentage is, but I know there is a discount, established with it.
I don't know how going back to the water bottles and laptop stuff. I don't know how I feel about those. I think it's fine. I think I'm just trying to get mad just for content, but I don't think they piss me off really. Because like for analogies, that's like part of the culture, right? And then laptops, like, yeah, that's a pretty common thing. But I feel like you
Yeah.
have to like choose very carefully because your real estate is very limited.
So I've had this water bottle for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years at this point. I've had it for a while. And I just started putting stickers on it a year ago. And it looks very white girly. A, because it's a hydro flask. And B, because I have stickers on it. However, I kind of like it. It's kind of fun.
Gabe's
So,
a
like,
closet Visco girl.
maybe. Maybe I have a Visco you don't know about. But I enjoy it because it's like this is all the stuff I've done this year, man. It's cool.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
that's the difference, right? If a sticker is in memory of something that you did, I'm usually fine. But if it's like, look at me, I'm better than you, fuck off.
I also feel like it's less offensive than a car. Like, I don't know. I'm not putting political stickers on my water bottle or whatever. It's just more
Right.
for me.
Yeah,
And
those are less
I don't know.
public in general.
There's a couple other there's I think there's one person in my office who has the same exact water bottle with the same exact color, and it's like mine's the one with the stickers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Dan's gonna judge me. I can
no
feel it.
no 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 because I have stickers on my water bottle too. I think that they're distinct. I would argue that with cars, okay, so we're judging only cars in this. Cars, rooftop carries, car accessories.
About license plate covers.
Joseph's just like, oh fuck.
I'm
One,
sad
two.
I don't have that license plate cover anymore.
Oh, you
I
don't?
forgot to
Oh,
take it
that's
off my
right.
old car, and I'm pissed.
I have a
my
pretty
Warthog
cringy
one I've
one
had
as
forever.
well. I have quite the cringy one.
You do, so
But
you don't have much room
it's
to talk.
very nostalgic to me, so I don't fucking care. I have the shark teeth.
Yeah.
I found it in a junkyard when I was like 8 and told my dad he had to put it on his like shitty Saturn. And he did, but then like when I started driving, he gave it to me on my 16th birthday and it's like it's yours now. So I put it on every car I've had.
Huh.
I only had 2 cars, but
Yeah.
that's why I have it. It's cringy as fuck.
Anyway,
so
state your
these
thing.
stickers, okay. So I agree that there is a difference, okay, in sticker types. All right.
Mhm.
So I'll use Joseph as an example here. Okay, so you have Joseph with his 3 ski resort stickers. All right.
2 ski resorts and a brewery.
Okay, sure. They're not political. They're not political, or they're not inciting.
A feeling.
Yeah,
Maybe,
they're
well, it
not
could be a
insightful.
feeling.
I'm just gonna say insightful.
Okay.
With not like with the CITE spelling, right?
Yeah.
Not like, I don't know, like looking.
Yeah,
inside.
we know. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We got it.
But I think that both of them, basically, Joseph talked about it earlier. Okay, if you have fucking 30 of these ski resort stickers on your car, I'm still gonna be like, bro, what the fuck? Okay, but I agree that if you have 30 political ones, I'm gonna be like,
That's
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
only need like 7 for me to be like, all right,
Especially
shit, I
the
don't wanna
ones where
talk
it's
to you.
like they can't even see out of the back of their fucking
Yeah.
windows. Like, you fucking idiot.
yeah,
I'm like, stop.
I saw a dude around town. I'm in Indiana, right? I saw a dude with a shit ton of stickers and Confederate flags on a truck. I'm just like, Jesus
Oh.
fucking Christ.
Oh, okay. I think that the people that fly flags on their
Flag
car
flags.
outside of
Cringy.
high school, right? So like once you can actually like start to like develop your own thoughts, right? Because I would argue that a lot of high schoolers just kind of regurgitate thoughts that they've heard already.
Yeah.
And most likely probably from their parents. Outside of high school, and they still do that. I'm just kind of like, really? You're really doing that? And especially when they
Yeah.
drive it around town, and like
Yeah.
all right, like trying to like parade around town. It's just like, oof.
That's like their activity for the afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always one of 3 things: either Confederate flag, an American flag, or a Trump flag,
Or don't
That's all
tread
I
on
mean.
me.
There's no
Yeah.
or that one too. Yeah, it's just like I don't want to talk to you.
How do we feel about this is a specific sticker, the baby on board sticker? What emotion is
So
separate?
I
I've
think those
heard
are useful.
Yes. Those are supposed to be useful for emergency services. In the case of an accident, they'll respond differently to an infant or a baby
Sure.
or a
Okay.
young child in a vehicle than they would adults.
Right.
That
Okay.
is what I have heard the
Mhm.
usage for it is.
I always thought that they meant, hey, drive more careful around me while I drive like a fucking idiot. Because I have a kid in the back. Yeah.
The sticker that I find the most useful one is like C motorcycles, because it's always good to just be like reminded of that and just be aware. Because I always get fucking scared when I'm around, and I got to keep my head on a swivel.
Head on a swivel.
Nah, fuck
then-
motorcyclists. They're all garbage.
Oh, that's good.
And I want to end this with the ultimate sticker, which is not even a sticker. It's the metal nuts hanging off your fucking
Dude, I
Fuck
hate
no.
trailer
that
hitch.
so much.
Jesus
Truck
Christ.
nuts.
Real quick, my dad bought a van. But he loved it. If you're listening, Dad, it was pretty cool. It was very useful. We hauled all
However.
my shit in through school and all this. But he took it down to Florida once because you can haul a lot of shit, including a lot of people. There was an outlet store who had a brand of clothing called Dirty Hooker. So he bought the sticker and then put it on the van and then called it the Dirty Hooker.
Jesus Christ.
It's probably the trashiest thing I've ever seen my dad do. But I kind of fucking loved it. But I totally understand how garbage it looks. Like if you don't know, like he's being ironic with it, right? Like he's not
Right.
like, I don't know. But
But
it was
that's not even that bad 'cause it's a self-deprecating joke.
sure.
But
It's
do
not
people,
like you're, again,
do
like,
people
inciting to it.
But
realize?
if I didn't know the backstory of it, I'd be like, that is the trashiest van I've seen in my fucking life. Like, you know.
I'm not saying it's not trashy. I'm just saying it's not gonna like incite road rage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But I always loved it when he was like, "We're gonna take the dirty hooker to get dinner or whatever." It was like, hell yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, on that note, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the podcast. As always, you can find our show on Monday mornings on YouTube and podcast services. Please follow us on Instagram at ewfpodcast and Twitch ewf_podcast. But until next time, thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.